Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to bring this story to your attention, even though it has pretty much been buried in a sea of news stories by the Meghan and the Harry, but it's something that did jump out at me, and it happened at the end of last month, and it's regarding a UK British radio host, a lady of colour called Jamila Jamil. Now, she is of Asian descent, I believe, and she went on a Twitter rant regarding Prince Andrew, and she basically called the commoners in the UK poor beggars. That's what she pretty much said. Now, she has since denied claims that she has a very strong relationship with Meghan Markle, and she has also denied claims that she was staying at their Santa Barbara mansion during lockdown. Now, she was photographed on a beach which is not too far from their new Santa Barbara home in California, and reports had leaked that she was actually quarantining with the couple. Now, she has later said that she did not quarantine with Meghan and Harry, and she's only met her once. Now, Jamil is a lady who Meghan put on the cover of a Vogue collaboration, and this was during her time as a senior member of the royal family, along with many other ladies. She put her on the cover, and it seems as though Jamil has been pretty much up Meghan's behind ever since. Now, I hate to use that word or that language, but it's the truth. She has been caping, and when I say caping, being her bodyguard and being her public defendant for quite some time. I don't know if she's on the Meghan and the Harry's payroll or what, but she has been quite outspoken about Meghan leaving the UK, and she has been backing her. She has also slammed the UK as a racist, disgusting, bigoted country along with Meghan, but she's not as high profile and she does work. So I think that her saying these things does not really hit mainstream media as much as Harry saying these things and Meghan implying these things about us. Yes, as I've said, I'm a woman of colour, and there is racism in the UK, but not to the extent that Meghan made out. Now, Jamil is significantly darker than Meghan. Like I said, don't quote me on exactly where she's from, because I don't know. She probably has experienced overt racism. She has openly very ethnic features. So I can't really speak on her personal experiences because I haven't done the personal research. What I did not like about what she said on her Twitter rant was her snide remarks regarding those who are criticising Meghan and Harry. She basically attacked us as though we had no right whatsoever to moan about our taxes that are still funding Meghan and Harry. And yes, this video has been made after the public announcement of them allegedly paying off for the £2.4 million worth of Frogmore renovations. They haven't openly announced who's covering their security. They haven't openly announced that they are not using royal protection officers anymore. I personally do not think that they ever covered the renovations for Frogmore Cottage. I think it's all part of PR. I don't think Netflix has given them that much money up front without having to do any work. And I do personally think that we are still footing the bill for the £20 million royal protection, because let's face it, that's how much it cost for Meghan and Harry to have protection. It's £20 million. It's been, 7 months since they've stepped back from their official duties, and they still are in a major money deficit. Do not let this Netflix deal fool you. They are still very much draining from us. They are still very much striving to be financially independent. They have not got it made. They have not got it in the bag. Anyway, so I'm going to get into this article of what she actually said, because it really did infuriate me, and I'm sure it's going to irritate you. So the article is titled Resident Pedo. Meghan Markle invites new pal Jamila Jamil to her mansion a day after actress called Prince Andrew a pedo. Meghan is believed to have met with new friend Jamila Jamil a day after the actress called Prince Andrew a pedo on Twitter, and then it goes on to talk about how she's 34 years old and her boyfriend is 31 years old, and this is Jamila Jamil, and they allegedly visited them at their new house in Santa Barbara. Her tweet was, along with other statements that she's made, I think they may be more embarrassed by their alleged resident pedo Andrew, who was besties with a trafficker, and that is Mr. EPS himself, who has subsequently passed away. Then she carries on to say, an American supporting women voting in her own country and loosely referencing the importance of general democracy, which is being threatened here currently. The reality of the matter is that, yeah, Meghan can say what she wants about her country. She can fight for whatever rights she wants. But as she's having this platform to do that, let's not forget that the British public put her there. Let's not forget that our taxes put her there. Our taxes paid for the plane to get her there. Our taxes have been funding her royal protection for the last however long it's been, 18 months, 2 years. We have been funding her from the silk press on her head to the shoes that are covering her toes. She hasn't thanked the UK. She's done nothing but insult us, humiliate us, and present us in the most negative light she possibly could. Meanwhile, ignoring that there is actually an open race war going on in the United States as I speak. Race relations in the United States are pretty much at an all-time low. And she has left us with this poor public image, hasn't done anything to uplift the British public, and has claimed that she allegedly brought in billions of pounds of tourism, her wedding alone. Does she believe that she's the first person to marry into a royal institution and she's the first royal wedding that we've been privileged to watch? She's not the first and she will not be the last. Kate has had 3 kids, right? So I just thought that it was very dismissive and very rude and insulting, but I think that this lady is caping for Meghan simply because she got put on the front cover of Vogue. That's what I really think it's about. Talk about, you know, someone who is gnashing at the heels of someone who once threw them a bone. Like I said, I don't have any personal gripe against this lady, but I just find her to be quite harsh in her delivery, and she's someone else who openly trashes the British media and Britain in general. Now, like I said, she is a dark-skinned woman of ethnic minority descent. So, yeah, I understand that she's probably coming from a real place, but when she confuses it in the context of someone like Meghan Markle, that's where she's got her wires crossed. It's not the same for someone who looks Italian and for someone who clearly has ethnic features like herself. But anyway, that's by the by. So I'm going to get into other things that she said, which I thought was completely spiteful and uncalled for. It carries on to say, a day earlier, British Jamila referred to Harry's uncle Andrew as the royal family's alleged resident pedo in a Twitter rant defending Meghan. A source claimed Jamila and James drove up to Montecito, I hope I'm saying that correctly, from LA and spent time with Meghan and Harry. They also had a stroll on the beach, but Meghan and Harry didn't venture out with them. Former Radio 1 DJ Jamila, star of Netflix comedy The Good Place, was pictured with James on the beach near Meghan and Harry's home the day before they reported their visit. That same day, she backed Meghan on Twitter over claims she breached royal protocol by expressing political opinions. Jamila said, I think they may be more embarrassed by their alleged resident pedo, etc, etc. Jamila also said Meghan is a target for online hate because she is not white. And this is very dismissive to me of the actual facts. The fact of the matter is that Meghan has never been hated just because she's not white. Meghan has been hated because of the way in which she made a zero effort to try and even uphold British royal family traditions, for the way in which she spent an exorbitant amount of money on clothes, for the way in which she went to a third world country, being Africa, and complained about her woes and her strifes and her problems, along with Harry. And both of them have been thrown under the bus. This is not just Meghan. She's talking about, oh, Meghan's had this, Meghan's had that. No, Harry also has been thrown under the bus. He's done a lot of wrong to the British public. They've refused to fulfill their royal duties. They spent most of the time last year on holiday, and they've jetted around on private planes while preaching to us, telling us that we need to reduce our carbon emissions, we need to become more eco-friendly, and they've done none of the above themselves. So she's very dismissive, but I can see that, you know, she really loves Meghan because Meghan threw her a bone, and she wants to boost her profile, I imagine, and she thinks that by caping for Meghan, she's going to get that boost. Now, this lady herself is also dating a English guy. I think he's English. I could be completely wrong, but from what I can see, Mr. James Blake is white. So I think she feels a kinship with the Megsie. They are dating white men. They are women of ethnic minorities. Meghan threw her a bone a year ago, I think it is now, and she's defending her. I'm going to get into a bit more of what she said, which I thought was quite rude and disrespectful. She added, and because she's smart, strong, opinionated, rebellious, beautiful, happy, and has everything they never will, I think that's kind of rude and disrespectful for you to throw everyone into a box. There are a lot of people who are a lot richer than Meghan, Piers Morgan being one of them. I think during his career of journalism, the guy has to be worth at least over $100 million because he's been at it for years, is a heavy critic of Megsie, and he has way more than she'll ever have, which is integrity. But for the people who are, you know, just good, honest, hardworking citizens who pay their taxes every day, for her to say that she has way more than they ever will, it's kind of like just rubbing salt into wounds, isn't it? People are already wounded that they've got to get up and go out and work hard while you've got two leeches like Megsie and Harry, and this is just my personal opinion, just literally milking their connections and family ties to get rich. Like I said, it was a very tacky thing for this Jamil to say, but I understand. You know, I think she feels that being a woman of colour in the UK, gigs are extremely hard to come by. Hence, she's in LA, it seems. She's living in LA, trying to probably look for more work in the entertainment industry. And I wish her all of the best, but I think that her comments genuinely do come from Meghan. I think that's what she really wants to say to the UK. You guys are not good enough to be me. You'll never be me. You'll never have the money that I have. You'll never live in the house I live in. Why don't you just keep quiet because you're commoners and you're beneath my foot? That's how it came across to me. As for the whole Andrew thing, he's a separate topic and I'll cover that in another video. I'll be back, guys. Bye.